guys, it's Miss Acton here to teach you some more math today. So we're moving on to something else that we did towards the beginning of the year, and that is starting to make arrays. Before we can make arrays, you have to know the difference between rows and columns. So rows mean side to side, and if we were in school, what Miss Acton would tell my kiddos is think about in the auditorium where you sit when you get off the bus or you get dropped off by car riders, or if you're a walker and you go and sit in the auditorium before you go up to your classroom, and the seats go this way and you have to walk this way, so side to side, those are rows of seats. So when you think of rows, you can think about those seats in the auditorium where you're waiting before you get onto the buses. And then columns, you can think about, just big poles that hold buildings up. Those are called columns, but columns go up and down. And if we were at Rutherford again, our cafeteria has huge columns in the middle of it. The very front of our building at Rutherford has these big, beautiful old columns in the front of it too. So just remember, rows go side to side and columns go up and down, and that will help you a lot in this lesson that we're about to do. So let's get right to it. So you're going to be seeing some problems where you're going to have to create an array. So the first one says Lily puts Dory into 2 rows. Each row has 6 Dorys. Draw the picture of this array. I'm going to grab a pencil tool. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, there's 2 rows. Rows go side to side. So that means I'm going to have 1 row and 2 rows that are going to go side to side, just like that. Stuff on the undo button. And then it says each row has 6 Dorys. So this row is going to have 6 Dorys. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this row is going to have it. And when you're making your Dorys, your circles, whatever the objects are, you want to try to line them up to be perfect with each other. Draw a picture of this array. So this is what your array would look like. And then, of course, to kind of clean it up, you would take away your rows because we really don't need to label those, and that would be your array right there. And then you can also go a step further and create an equation for your array. Every array has 2 equations. So you either can add the columns that go up and down, which would be 2 plus 2 plus 2, and you would keep going until you get to your answer. Or you could add your rows together, which would be 6 plus 6. And both will give you the exact same answer because it's the same amount of objects. We're going to do that in the next step a little bit further. All right, so it says, what 2 equations would match this array? So we've got an array of Charizards. I think I'm saying that right. Miss Acton doesn't know a lot about Pokemons. I think it's Charizard is how you say his name. It says, what 2 equations would match this array? So remember, we're going to add the rows, which go side to side, and then we're going to add the columns, which go up and down, up and down. So let's do the rows first. So row number 1 has 1, 2, 3, 4 in it. And since the second row matches it, we don't need to count them. We know it's automatically 4. Now let's do our second equation, which would be the columns, so going up and down. So it looks like we've got 2, and they all match. So that means we're going to have 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. And since we're making an equation for the same array, the answer will be the same in both of them because we didn't take away any Charizards, we didn't add any Charizards. When we counted the 4 plus 4, or the 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, there are 8 Charizards in here, so that's how you would make our equation. And you're going to see questions like this on your math work for today. All right, the next one. So now we're going to have a story problem where you have to create an array and then create an equation to go with it. So this is just a story. You have to do all the work on this. So it says Terry has 3 rows of Takis with 4 Takis in each row. Which equation shows how many Takis Terry has in all? So you're going to find the equation that goes with that. So first thing that we're going to do, I'm going to grab a different color so it shows up. It says Terry has 3 rows. So I'm going to label my rows. Remember, rows go side to side. So there's row 1, row 2, and row 3 going side to side right there. 1, 2, 3. And then it says, after the 3 rows, it says there are 4 Takis in each row. So we're going to put 4 Takis in each row. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And try to line them up as best as I can. Which equation shows how many Takis Terry has in all? So you can make 2 equations with this. You can add the rows together, which would be 4 plus 4 plus 4. You can add the columns together, which would be 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, and both of them equal, and I don't really know what they equal, so I'm going to count them real quick. And that's what you can do too if you don't know what the answer is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Gives you the answer of 12. And there's your 2 equations right there. All right, so last one. All right, so it says Lee makes 12 creepers in a day. And creepers are the things off of Minecraft. I don't know anything about Minecraft either. I just know that my nephew is obsessed with them. So I thought that he's in 2nd grade, so I thought a lot of 2nd graders would like seeing them. So Lee makes 12 creepers in a day. Choose all the equations Lee can use to make an array with his creepers. So it doesn't tell you if there's rows or columns. It just tells you he has 12 creepers. But you have to figure out what equations can match the arrays. So if we go back to all of our equations that we had to make, there's this thing called repeated addition, which means the same answer, the same number is repeated adding, repeated addition. 4 plus 4 plus 4. Then 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. Then 4 plus 4. It's the same number repeated over and over. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. Repeated over and over. So that means that whatever equation you come up with, the answer has to be 12, and it has to be the same number repeated over and over and over, because that's what makes an array. So I can immediately think of one in my head, and that is 6 plus 6. So I know that the number 12 can be broken up into 2 equal groups of the number 6. So if I was to draw that array, it really would look like this. That's what that array would look like, which means that I would do 6 plus 6. That's repeated addition, and that would give me my 12 creepers. So that is an equation that I could use to make my array of Lee's 12 creepers. Now, you could just stop there, or you could go a little bit further to do a different equation. So now, with the array that I have up here, I can add the columns. So I can do 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, and I'm running out of room, equals 12. Same thing, repeated addition, and that makes an array. Now, if we go a little bit deeper, Miss Acton can make an array that also looks like this. So I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I can make any equations to go with that. So this one will be 4 plus 4 plus 4. I'm running out of room. But look, it's the same thing, repeated addition. And we already know it equals 12 because that's how many creepers that we've got. Then you can add your rows. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. Running out of room. Let's do that one over here. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 12. So you can come up with 4 equations to show how to make this array of the 12 creepers that Lee has, which is pretty cool. So you're going to run into questions just like this in your array or in your classwork today. Don't forget that Miss Acton has put a blank Jamboard on there for you, where you have to go down and just push that plus symbol to add another Jamboard. And Miss Acton has the Clecky tool. If you have a piece of paper and pencil at home, it's usually easier to just use that. But if you don't have that stuff, then you can use that Clecky tool and the Jamboard tool to help you out too. All right. So good luck, have fun, and I hope you enjoy doing your classwork for today. Bye, guys.